Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Bondi Snapshot. Thank you all so much for joining us. So we've had an interesting chat with Charlie Loveridge this week, who's Shaw Financial, and just a little bit of an update on what's going on with the finance side of things. We are seeing this from a buying point of view when we're dealing with buyers, that some people are taking a little bit longer to get their finance. What Charlie was saying is that a lot of the banks had to relocate their processing centres from offshore to onshore into Australia, of course, when COVID happened. And that's created a big backlog in some of the major banks in processing times. So just if you are looking at getting a new finance or getting your pre-application sorted, you might have to allow a bit of extra time because it is taking, in some cases, up to 6 weeks to get finance approval. So if you're looking to actually make a move into the property market, might be a good idea having a chat with Charlie and see how he can help you sort of speed that process up. Interesting thing is the rates, the fixed rates for 2 and 5 years are actually quite low, 2.09 for 2 years and 2.59 for the 5-year rates. Now where the floating rate is actually sitting at the moment is 2.59. So there are advantages in having a look at fixing part possibly of your home loans. We are finding a number of people at the moment reassessing their finance picture, even if you are thinking about possibly doing some renovations at some point in the future. Because we're not sure what's going to happen with the market and values, if you are looking to get a bit of an update, it could be worthwhile in getting valuations done now to release some of that equity in your home loan, as opposed to getting those valuations done in 6 months' time when the market may be a little bit lower. So it can actually be releasing a little bit more equity than you would have thought a little bit further down the track. So there's a couple of interesting things to have a think about, and Charlie Loveridge of Shaw Financial will be more than happy to have a chat with you and help you with that. So now let's take a quick snapshot of the real estate market. Last time we did have a little bit of a joke about would we hit the 250 before the end of the financial year, and we certainly did. I think we're actually up to now about 263. We're averaging about 10 sales a week still. I think we've done over 100 sales since the start of COVID. So we certainly haven't stopped that process of transacting lots of properties. Interesting times, houses still performing incredibly strongly. Some sales during the week, 132 Clyde Street, a little freestanding house right on the back of the cliff there in North Bondi, just under 3.2. 57 Dixon Street, that recently sold for 3.45. A record sale for a semi in Avoca Street, off market, just from our database, proves the power of the database. Auction of the month definitely goes to the Carr Street apartment, which had a reserve of 3.25, ended up selling for 4.385, an amazing result, and proving that auctions are still performing quite well. Probably sale of the month though goes to Alex and the suburb record in Clovelly of around $10 million for a house at 24 Ocean Street. Magnificent house, but as I said, suburb record. Who says the property market is slowing down? Having a look at some of our stats, if you look across the board, average days on market has actually extended a little bit across some of our competitors. However, we have retained ours down to a very good 24 days on market for average sales. And our clearance rate is trending at just over 90%, which compared to the industry average in the 70s certainly is pretty outstanding, don't you think? Our property management team are doing amazingly well. They smashed the leasing record last month of 53. The month before had been 51. Across the board, there have been some reductions in rental prices, probably between 10 and 20% across the eastern suburbs. So there's probably a number of people out there who are thinking, you know what, let's just wait till the market actually sees a little bit of a decrease in values. We are seeing a number of people doing this, and I would just say that don't necessarily hold on. There's a lot of people trying to get finance now. The mortgage brokers and the buyer's agents are telling us they've never been busier. There's a lot of people out there looking to buy. People are holding on rather than selling, so I don't think we're necessarily going to see the high stock levels. So if you are looking to buy, maybe now is the time, because you might find that come September, October, there's going to be more people competing to purchase for the stock that's on the market, which could see the prices maintain or even increase from where they currently are. So if you're looking to buy or sell, we're here to help here at PPD. Please don't hesitate to give me a call, and we'd love to have a chat with you very soon.